So let's do this. Problem number 1 on the test. I need you to look at your test along with the blue paper. What property applies to problem number 1?
Property number 1.
The product rule, right? It says when I'm multiplying, what do I do with the exponents? Add them up. So then I got 2 to the 3 minus 6. That's 3 minus 6 people. Negative 3. I had a few of your cousins writing a little bit crazy stuff on there. Even with a calculator. Now, if you look at the instruction on the test, the second sentence says what? Only positive exponents. So can we drop the mic here? No. That's the Verizon commercial. Can be at a rap battle, and then before you just stop in the middle. I'm like, oh, Mo, wow, what happened, right? It might could be there with. Right, real Slim Shady. So now what do we do here? Yeah. So we flip them and get a 1 over 2 to the 3rd. If you stop there, it didn't bother me. I give you credit for it. If on the other hand you wanted to show that you go to BC and you learn something and you roll 1 out of 8, I also give you that. That's 1 point. I told you if you did everything on the front page and you got everything right, you at least get a D+. So that's 1. Anybody with a question? Yes, no, maybe, we don't care? All right, number 2. Number 2 was a strange situation. Do what again? The answer was on the blue paper, right?
Yeah, bro, that's what I just told you.
Bro, why you gotta say my name?
My bad.
Bro, stop. Okay, bro.
He's like, stop name dropping, man. Okay. Here was a problem I had. I had a few people write. They wrote this. No, actually, they wrote that, and then wrote. That's the same question I still got. Why? Somebody is telling me that 105 times 105 is still 105. It's funny now. Those are the kind of things that have been making me lose my hair. I started out with dreadlocks. Now, telling me find any. Ready, man? Okay. Even if you did 105 times 2, which is still crazy, there are only 2 numbers on earth that you can square and they remain the same. 0 and 1. That's how only 2 numbers. 0 squared is 0, 1 squared is 1. Beyond that, they should not be the same. On the other hand, this is a power to a power. Usually we multiply, right? But should I even be doing that? This already tells me what the answer should be, right? What tells me what should be the answer here? It's 0. Anything that's not 0 to the 0 power is what? That was it. I still got people in here that got that wrong. And it's on the blue sheet of paper I gave you with the properties. You saw that? Oh, man. So there's 2 points. Right, so we do the power rule, but if we did 2 times 0, we get a 0, and then we'll go to the 0 property, the very last property, number 7, in our holy books, but on the yellow paper. Terrence, let me see that. Why am I even calling him Terrence? Okay. Number 3, on the yellow paper, the 0 exponent rule, it says anything to the 0 power is 1, right? So I really don't care what that thing is. I can have a whole lot of things in the parentheses here. Like it can be all the way till here, and I get a 0. I can put whatever I want in here. I'm going to end up with a 1. as long as I don't have a 0 in here. Does it help?
Wait, what if it's a 0 in there?
Well, raising 0 to a 0 power makes no sense. Right? So that's why we always say except a 0. Because having 0 exponents really just 0 to some power. Okay? All right, number 3, we have y to the 5th quantity cube. What's the property we're using here? The power rule, right? So what does the power rule tell us? Looking at your blue paper, what do we do when we have the power rule situation? We multiply the exponents. And people were using calculators, and I saw 5 times 3. There was an answer, there was an 8. I saw how they got an 8, they added, so not too bad. But then there were some answers. I had a 47, and I was like,
Was that this class?
I don't see it. Maybe you saw it. But it was the crazy one.
God damn, what is it?
4, 1, 3. Somebody multiplied 5 times 3 and got a negative 2.413. I remember it because I'm crazy, so when I see stuff that are crazy, I get excited about that. Whoa, how did this happen? Be careful. These things have memories. So sometimes, and I want to go with that because I'm really assuming nobody in here will put 5 times a 3 and see that. But you also have to be able to see that the answer you're given doesn't make sense. The answer this thing gives you doesn't make sense. You have to be able to interpret that. Because if you buy those calculators at Walmart, the ones that are not in the electronic section, but the ones are right by the cashiers, those really smaller, cheaper ones, they keep memories. So they keep numbers in them. If you're not clearing the memories, it will keep something in there. So sometimes you put numbers in it, and it adds its own to it, or it subtracts something from it that's already in the memory. You know, like old folks, we keep memory, right? Like you did stuff 3 months ago, and then your mom just started talking about it, like all of a sudden, out of nowhere, cut yourself the other day, skipping school. What's wrong with you? Like, whoa, I thought we'd been done with this thing a long time ago, right? That's how calculators are. They do that. Or like when my wife talks about stuff that happened way, like, what, we still talking about that? I already said I'm sorry about that, like, right? So, I'm going to have y 5 times 3. What's 5 times 3, folks? All right. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, they got 3 points. Anybody lost so far? Because at this point, we should all have 3 points in here, right?
I didn't know what rule to use. I was just writing stuff. Oh.
Mercy, I'm not even going to say anything. Let's go. Let it be. Because you leaned back here the other day and went, I got this locked down. You remember that, right?
I'm just going to be asking what rule happens to us all.
Oh, not us all. Happens to you. Okay.
So all you do is just watch on the retake. So I can just look at this.
I'm going to watch on the retake then.
50 Pro. He
It's
said
not 50, it's
38.
38. It's less than 50. Fake Terrence. So, x squared. Hello. Okay. Number 4. I actually had one person in here and one person in the class before that saw a shortcut, which is what I wanted you to see. Like they just saw number 4 and they went, oh, I can save energy. I don't have to add to global warming. Anybody see that? What? What do we do here? Cancel out these. And what's my answer already? Does it work?
I did that, man. I feel so good.
Up, one down, we're gonna go that way. Up, one down, we're gonna go that way. This is what we're doing. Man, you should feature me on one of your tips, man. Master, I will feature you because I've had awards already. So you ain't got no award yet. So I'm gonna feature you. Right? But that's all you're doing. Right? Or if you didn't see it, like most of you did, we can apply the product rule on top, right? Which says if I have two things in the same basis, I just add up the exponents if I'm multiplying. I have people add 8 plus 2 and got 6. I know it. You're laughing right now. People need to slow down and check their work. I told you folks yesterday, people got done in the first 10 minutes. You got to slow down and check your work. What's 8 plus 2? I'm just going to keep throwing shades, and you're going to know who I'm talking about every once in a while. 8 plus 2. Yeah, I know, right? 8 plus 2 outside of BC might be 6. I want a BC answer. What's 8 plus 2? 10. All right. 6. Now, when we have this situation, asking me? When we have this situation, what do we do next? 10 minus 2. 8. It is 8, but some people didn't get 8. And then actually, here's the thing though. I have people actually write this, and then they give me that. And I just circle this point and point that right here like this. How?
That's where I messed up. I did 10 divided by 2 divided by 2.
Be very careful. Don't be in a hurry and start writing crazy stuff.
That's a prayer seed that is
Not going to throw shades at you today. But like Pharisee, be okay today. Well, on a serious note, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 points already. Yes, so first, here, we did the product rule. Right? Because that's the first rule. We add up the exponents. And then after we added up the exponent, we got it here, Chicago, Washington. And then when we got here, now we got a quotient. There's a division. Quotients are division because we're dividing. And so whenever we're dividing, we subtract the exponents and the bases are the same. So the 10 minus 2 is 8. And I'm done. Now you can drop the mic. Questions? All right. Number 5. Number 5 annoyed me a lot. And here is why. Number 5. Number 5. What property are we using here on number 5? The expanded power rule. But how do we call it here? What do I make fun of every time I do it? I always joke every time I do that expanded power rule. Anybody know? Everybody gets a 3. You get a 3, you get a 3, you get a 3. Everybody gets a 3. How you doing? Then, I had some folks actually say, okay, we're going to do that, but we're just going to do it with the m. And so they wrote negative 5m to the 18. Somebody wants to tell me what's wrong with that? We didn't distribute. We didn't distribute. This is Black History Month, folks. Civil rights. Everybody has to have the same rights. If I give you a 3, I got to give this a 3. Everybody has to have the same right. Or Black Lives Matter. If you do to one person, do to everybody else. That's all it is. If you stop, I didn't care. I give you credit. Some folks try to show me that they don't go to Prairie C, that they go to BC. So they did this and wrote, and I said, yes. It's an African teaching you, so you should know a lot. Yeah. I'm trading you. I'm trading you. So that. However, there were some folks who decided to expand it, but they made it positive. And for those folks, I just went, okay, I see what you're doing. I'm not going to take points away from you. I'm just going to make the correction and let you have it. But the biggest point here was you had to distribute the 3 to everything. We keep talking about that. You get a car, you get a car, you get a car. Everybody gets a car, right? Except this is Mr. Goya show. You don't get a car, you get numbers. So I'm broke. Teach public school. So that's number 5. So pretty much that's 5 out of 9. We haven't done a whole lot yet. Right? We haven't used anything critical yet. Let's look at number 6. Number 6, what's the first rule we should apply? What's the first rule we should apply on number 6? Power rule? All right. So the power rule says what? Multiply the exponents. Right? A power to a power, the whole X-Men thing I keep talking about. We just multiply our powers. What's 2 times 3? Well, some people might be writing 8. Don't be like, oh, I was right. It was an 8. Now you got me writing an 8. What's wrong with y'all? All right. Now I have a quotient problem. I have a division. Every time you have a division, you go to the quotient rule. Okay? Quotient rule says what? We subtract the exponents. So I have my top exponent minus my bottom exponent. And this was the problem. Some people wrote x to the 5. Why should that not be x to the 5?
Why is there a negative?
Because it's a double negative, right? A minus minus, which is a plus. I am not going to do it. I am going to do it. So this is 6 plus 1, x to the 7. You get 66%. That's a D. If you did everything on the front page right. So anybody with a question or anything on the front page, because the back was a little bit more involved, but the front page I expected people to get some confidence. Just moving on. Questions? Anybody with a question? All right, let's do number 7. I'm going to borrow somebody's work because I hate to go all the way back there. Number 7. John the borrow their work. You, isn't it?
No, that's somebody else's stuff.
Oh, okay. All right. Number 7 has x squared y cubed 2x to the 4th to the negative 2. What should we be doing here? Number 7. Distribute here, negative 2, right? To just few of them? Everybody should get this negative 2. Right? Everybody should get the negative 2. Again, Black History Month. Right? Civil rights. Everybody should have rights. We all want to vote. Right? We all want to be treated fairly. So that. Well, some people should never cook soul food. Because it comes out really nasty. So that is not what we want everybody to have. Only people who know how to cook should cook. Not people who burn eggs when they cook them.
agree 100% with you, bro.
So x2 gets a negative 2. y3 also gets a negative 2. 2 to the 1 also gets a negative 2. X to the 4th also gets a negative 2. How you doing? We're good? Questions? Yeah. All right. Negative 2 times 2? Negative 2 times 3? And negative 8, right? We got negatives everywhere. Yeah, flip the whole thing, make them positive, and then start gathering stuff. Or we could just start gathering stuff and then change at the end. Still doesn't make any difference. So I'm just going to bring everything on top and see if there's anything negative. I change it a little. So x to the 4th, because I'm not changing the location, it remains x to the 4th. There's a like term down here, so when I bring that up, it's negative, so what does it become? If it's negative and I change the location, what does it become? Positive. I'm bringing this 2 up, it's negative exponent, what does it become? And then I have this y, which is still negative. So, 2 squared is 4, right? I got x to the negative 4 times x to the 8. Product rule. What do we do with the exponents? We add them up. What's negative 4 plus 8? Right? Because you're thinking about it as 8 minus 4. Do we drop the mic? Yeah. Quite a few people drop this mic. What's happening here that we need to change?
Negative.
The negative, right? Okay. So the 4 stays, the x stays, what happens to the y? And then becomes, that's number 7. I saw that. I saw your mistake just ripped us through. You had the same mistake over and over. He's like, at least I got one right. Okay, number 8. Oh, okay. So number 8. Do we see a shortcut right away? What? Yeah, we can cancel these 2, right? Right, remember my rap? 1 up, 1 down, move to the right. That's all we're doing. We just, if they're the like terms, they're the same, we're just moving them. That's all we're doing. Again, let me feature you on that. What? Yeah, that's the go. No, that's not the Goya game. The Goya game is collecting negatives and moving them around, man. Get that right. All right. Everybody see how we could just do this? And then just get left with an x to the negative 4 over x to the negative 5. But if you don't see it, it's okay. Let's collect everything. When we multiply fractions, we keep everything on the top together, everything on the bottoms together. So, x negative 4, y negative 2, y negative 2, x negative 5.
Can you only cancel it if it has the same
Power.
not power,
Base.
sign?
Well, yeah, because this is, right. We don't really have the same sign, right? Because when this comes up, it's going to become plus, right? Right, because the only way it becomes 1, it has to be the same thing on top. Because technically we're saying this and this is just a 1, that's a 1. 1 over 1. That's what we're saying. Because the only way it becomes 1 is they have to be exactly the same. That's the only time we get positive 1. So, x negative 4, x positive 5, y negative 2, y positive 2. So, x negative 4 plus 5, y negative 2 plus 2. What's negative 4 plus 5?
1.
1. So x to the 1. Okay. Y. What's negative 2 plus 2?
0.
Do we stop? Why not? Right. Because some people stopped right there. And I put a question mark. Does it make sense to write something to the power of 0?
She's
Right.
kidding.
Just like it doesn't make sense to write something to the power of positive 1. Right? Because that's, we know it's there. You don't count and go 1 to the 1, 2 to the 1, 3 to the 1. Yeah, that's like a Mr. G rap. Right? You just go 1, 2, 3. Alright, that. Yeah, man, my man's like, I got some of this beats going on now. Man, those are copyrighted materials, just so you know. So this is just an X. Just an X. Nothing else. Don't matter. It's an X. Should not matter. It's an X. Right? You mad again? Yeah. You should have been mad a long time ago.
No,
Making all
I've
them
been mad.
crazy mistakes. All right, number 9, and then we're done. And then I'm giving you work. Because we got to do a little bit more practice. I find out people need extra practice.
What is this? Is there like a square root?
Oh, you all right?
Is there a certain square that have to be?
If you didn't get a perfect, you should retake it.
Okay.
Yes. If you did not. Or, I don't do what some people do and be like, if you got a B, you can retake. But that's not fair to you because somebody got an F and they got an A, now they just went past you, right? No. If you didn't get a perfect score, you can always retake. Because I like kids to get perfect scores. All right. Number 9.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Number 9 is just like the situation we talked about. You went grocery shopping, you bought all this, maybe at Aldi's. Somebody else went grocery shopping at Walmart, they got all this, right? Another person went to the bougie store, Target, got all that, you know. It feels like in a library when you go shopping there. Right? So let's do this. So we're just going to combine everything. Okay? Let's collect everything on top and let's just put them in groups. So I'm going to collect all of my numbers first. So this is a 2 to the 1 and a 2 to the 1. I'm done with my 2's. Alright? For the x's, I got x to the 1, x squared, x negative 1. I'm just grouping everything with but. Right? Those things look alike. They are x's and the 2's. Right? Collecting your plantains and your potatoes and everything else. Right? So then we go for the y's. So I have one y here, and I have a y to the negative 2 here. So I'm done with the top. Then for the bottom, I have my 4 here. I have just one x, and then I have a y cubed and a y to the 1. See? I just collapse it. I got everything together. Questions? All right, so then let's do this. So, what do I get from there? 4? Okay, 4. And what do I get from here? So I get 1 plus 2, 3 minus 1. All right, so x gets a 2. You see that? And then for the y's, I get 1 minus 2. Negative 1. For the bottom, I got a 4, I got an x. What do I get for the y's? Y to the 4, because it's 3 plus 1. What What can we cancel here right away? The 4s, right? Okay. Remember there's a 1 on this, right? So, I'm going to say x squared. So this and this is a quotient rule. So I'm going to minus the exponent. Alright? And this y is negative. So I'm moving it to the bottom. Already had a 4 here. Now it's a positive. What's 2 minus 1? And then for the y's, what do I get? What's the total number? 5, right? Because 4 plus 1? Black pie, out! So this is math with Mr. Goya, aka Black Pie. If you like the video, we're just trying to make some videos to help our kids who miss school or when they are home needing extra help. If you like the video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. This is BC. That's how we do it.